because the teenagers, we're talking about teenagers, go in and out between faith, denials, doubts, and submissions. What is the rope for saving them? What would be the red line? Saving the iman.
Okay, so yeah, teenagers will go through this rebellious phase. Sister, you're probably more
Yes,
familiar with
I
it.
do. You're supposed to be rebellious. Go, teen, go.
Yeah, it's good to be rebellious, guys. Really good to be rebellious. Be rebellious, in fact. It will help you to... actually, this rebelliousness is something that I wish a lot of the Muslims generally did have.
Yes.
But the point is, it's supposed to be aimed in the right direction.
Yes.
If only the youths understood that they're supposed to be rebellious against the taghuti or the tyrannical system. If you can channel your rebelliousness towards shaitan, instead of Allah, that will massively help the situation.
Yes, definitely, yes. So, but they're supposed to know how, because what are their lines? Because they are teenagers.
Right.
They are supposed to be in media, movies, sports, crazy friends doing all kind of crazy things which in the name of freedom, right? They're supposed to rebel against their parents, and in the name of freedom, it's my life, none of your business.
Yeah.
Is that the right way?
No.
Why not?
Okay, so look, it's good to crave freedom. Freedom, by the way, is an Islamic principle. See, this is what we're not understanding. Freedom, as defined by Islam, is true freedom. The freedom presented by the West is it's madness. It's actually just another way to control people. Because if a human being is lowered to the form of an animal and he just starts chasing after his animal desires, he's chasing after food and money and all those things, then he's just going to become a puppet because that thing is so easy to control. You throw some money at it, it will do whatever you want it to do.
Isn't that just human nature on the whole? It's just not the West. It's just a human nature that you want to go by your desires, right? It's definitely, clicking in that way. So if you're talking like if some youth is listening from the West, maybe he or she disagrees with that. Why? What's wrong with us? We have to even think in that way. So the youth have to understand one thing is that they have to take the knowledge of Islam from the Holy Quran. Holy Quran can help them to understand the difference between what's the worldly life, what's the life of Holy Quran.
Well, okay, look, since we're talking about a movement between faith and doubt, I really feel like the missing key ingredient here is a sense of resistance. A sense of resistance is vital and integral to the development of anybody, let alone a teenager in the West, particularly. Everywhere in the world, but particularly in the West. It's a sense of resistance which will actually help you to become more than just a Muslim. See, if your trajectory when it comes to your religiosity, when it comes to your faith, is not upwards, then it will be downwards. If you're not improving every day and trying to fight and face against the tyrant of your time, you will fall. It's like a bird in the sky, right? If you could imagine this for a moment. Imagine this bird. Now, if the bird doesn't continuously flap its wings and push itself forward, it would just fall. Gravity will bring it down.
Yes.
And that is your doubt. That's where your doubts come into play. But for a person who is striving, i.e. doing jihad, there's no space for that. So, since you mentioned the Quran, sister, see, the Quran says, قَالَتِ الْأَعْرَابُ آمَنَّا قُلْ لَمْ تُؤْمِنُوا وَلَكِنْ قُولُوا أَسْلَمْنَا. So these desert Arabs came to the Prophet and they said, we believe, we are mu'mineen.
We are the believers.
We're the believers.
Yeah.
And Allah commands the Prophet to tell them, you have not believed. Don't even say that you've believed. Rather say that you are Muslims.
Just say you're a Muslim.
Just say you're a Muslim.
Yeah.
So there is a difference here between a Muslim and a mu'min. First of all, we need to understand this. Just because you're a Muslim, you might be praying 5 times a day, your name might be Muhammad or Ahmed or, it doesn't mean that you are actually a believer. No,
Yes.
you've just submitted.
Yeah.
All right? For this kind of a person, there's still room for doubt.
Yes.
True faith has not yet entered your heart, the Quran is saying. The very next verse explains to us what is that key and that very important thing that we need in order to jump from being a mere normal, boring Muslim to being an actual believer. What is that key? It says, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا بالله والرسول ثم لم يرتابوا وجاهدوا بأموالهم وأنفسهم في سبيل الله. So only those are believers who believe in Allah in the last day, then they do not doubt. And then the third thing is they do jihad in the way of Allah.
Struggle.
They strive in the way of Allah, right, with their properties and with themselves. Okay?
Yeah.
So let's just quickly go through these.
Yes.
The first thing is you need to believe in Allah and the Day of Judgment. And I believe that you guys do.
Yes.
Most of the youths out there and the adults as well, you do believe, right? But is it true belief? Remember another place
There
in the
would be
Quran.
doubt. I would say for you, there would be doubts.
Now, those doubts, see, the Quran is telling us they are the believers who do these things. They believe. Then they don't doubt. They don't show any doubts. They have no shak. Right?
Yeah, not even a single bit, teeny tiny.
Ahsant.
Yeah.
And then it says they do jihad.
Struggle.
Now, if we actually look at this, these things go hand in hand.
Yes.
If you do jihad in the way of Allah, for the sake of Islam, that will strengthen your faith. It will take you to a place where you no longer have doubts.
Yeah, when you say struggle, I think living in the West, you are shy to be religious, you know, when you have a doubt, right?
Yeah.
You are, because there's no fashion of you being religious, you know.
Right.
The first thing, like as a female, I'm saying that, I would think that if I don't have hijab on my head, people won't recognize me as a Muslim unless and until they get my name. Sometimes it's like a Christian name also.
Right.
Then I don't have to worry about getting a job. I don't have to worry about many other things. But if I have a headscarf on my head and walk out, where the people are going to look at me, there's a lot doubts coming in my heart. Like my friends, I have been talking to my friends. Yeah. Maybe they are thinking hate about me. Maybe I don't think about their respecting. Most of the time it's respect, I would say. But maybe they're thinking, I'm not going to get a job. I'm not going to be respected. I'm not going to get this position. You know? So there's a shyness. People are scared to follow. And what you're talking about right now, if you believe in Day of Judgment, then struggle in the way of Lord, because it's supposed to be difficult, right?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, it is supposed.
Just to define this a little bit more, sister. So we're saying jihad, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people
Struggle,
think that this means only doing
fighting
on the
war.
military battlefield. No, but there are other forms of jihad as well.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not just talking about the greater jihad, which is the struggle against the self. Because remember, this verse is saying, "Jahadu bi amwalihim wa anfusihim." So it's saying to do jihad, to strive with their properties and their selves.
Yes.
Right? So it's not only talking about the internal struggle, it's talking about opposing the tyrant of your time. See? There are many ways that you can do this. For example, there's the economic battlefield where you can boycott Israel, where you can boycott Zionist products. And then there's the ideological battlefield as well, which I think is the most important thing for the West, especially for the Western youths. In fact, everywhere right now, Imam Khamenei, the leader of the Islamic Revolution, has actually defined it in this way, that the soft war today is even more important than the hard war. And the hard war is referring to like the military battlefield.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because, look, when it comes to soft war, what we're dealing with is people's minds and souls. It's a divine struggle to save people's minds, right? And dear youths, I just want to tell you that, look, you have the ability to make the difference. You just need to recognize that the enemy is attacking your religion. The enemy is attacking your faith. No wonder you're having doubts, because you're just sitting there like a duck waiting to be shot. You get what I mean, sister? They're just sitting there.
Yes, because they don't know. They're innocent.
Right. And nobody's actually telling them that, look, by the way, the system that you are living under is attacking you.
Yes.
In fact, it's not only attacking you as a Muslim, it's attacking your neighbors, it's attacking your fellow citizens, because it's taking away their rights. Remember, Imam Mahdi, Ajjalallahu ta'ala faraj sharif, is coming to establish justice. And these people, your governments, America, the UK, a lot of European governments as well, they are attacking justice itself. Now, if you don't oppose these tyrannical systems through your words, through your actions as well, through posters that you make, poetry, art, writing blogs, vlogs, videos, music, in whichever